Hello again. Douglas asked me in one of the posts to show you how a left-handed, or some would say cack-handed person uses a moulding plane on the wrong side of the stock. And I honestly don't know, assuming this is a long piece, I don't quite know what the problem is. Do you, Alfie? Come up here and have a look. Are you left-handed? Come and see. What's this then? Is that for Alfie? See, you can have that. So this is just this is the same plane that I used for the OG that I whittled the other day. I tickled the other day. For those of you who don't know, these are sprung. So there is a, let me see if I can get this in shot. There is a line down, which actually if you extend, you can see comes out on the fence. This is the fence here, and this is the depth stop here, this side. And inside you've got an OG squirrel like that. And the idea is to get the fence on the stock on one side. And I always go from the front. Moving back. There's a few knots in this piece of pine. You get the line of the spring line here lined up down the stock as much as possible, and you just start at the front and work back. Now the idea of working the front first is so that you remove stock from where you end up going. So you're actually removing the stock in front of the iron, so that when you do a long stroke from the back, there's nothing to stop it. It's already been cut in front, and that makes it a lot easier to cut a moulding. This isn't for you, Douglas. I know that you know what you're doing. Just to let you see how the plane performs. You can see there's absolutely no jamming whatsoever of the plane itself. This is down to two things. One is the gap between the mouth and the top of the face of the iron, and the second is razor sharp iron. Sharp fixes everything. And as you can see, this has gone straight through a knot in the pine, which is evil stuff for planes. So that's basically, if I was a long piece, I would just carry on, you know, starting at the front obviously and working back. So you just take a bit out the front. Once you get to establish the, assuming you haven't got a dog underneath you at any time, come out of the way, Alf. Once you establish the first part of the moulding, it's fairly easy to keep it in line, because obviously you've got part of the profile there. He's got shavings all over his back now. You've got part of the profile already cut out in front of you, and it guides the plane, and we're starting to see it forming the O of G shape. We keep on going like that until this side, you'll see in a sec, we're getting continuous shavings from this. I tend to take my fairly, not shallow cut, medium cut, I would say, not a deep cut, because you don't want to rip the wood. But we're really, if you've got an iron that is quite sharp, very sharp, you can actually do some serious cuts and keep them relatively clean. But obviously the shallower the cut, the cleaner it's likely to be, to a point. And we're coming now to the line. Just got to try and keep the spring at the right angle here. And we're starting to see now that it's coming down on the last part of the profile, and the fence will actually come into play because we're getting lower and lower down, and you'll see that the fence will start to appear in the cut, just a small amount of ridge for the fence. Alright, Alfie, we're nearly there, and that will stop the cut in its tracks when it's done. It's vital at this stage to keep the spring upright. If you deviate from vertical, you tend to get not very good at the end there. Mine's a little bit yucky. These old French vices, bloody hell. But you can see you can see how bad this piece of wood is. But there's the profile for you, and it's as easy as that. So even a Leftie, nice and smooth, waiting for pine, went through the knot, bit of tear out, went through that knot and that knot. So not bad at all. Firs and Giddon, OG moulding plane, used by a left-handed person on a piece of grotty old pine to produce a moulding. Not bad at all. So there you go, Douglas. This is how how the people who plane with their correct hand manage to do a moulding on their own without any assistance. Well, except for Alfie. So there you go. Take care. Now I have to switch it off because I forgot my thingy.